To actually go a part-time team to go in against the might of Glasgow Rangers and to beat them 3-2 was phenomenal. Nobody even came close to that, you know. And it was just a tremendous feeling to know that we were 3-2 ahead going into the second leg, and with a chance of winning. And that was my utmost feeling about the whole thing, that we were at the beating team from Great Britain that nobody else had ever done in Europe, and that was a great achievement because we were on part-timers, you know. Everybody went back to work the next day. They flew home and had whatever they did, went to the gym or whatever. We all had to go to work, so it was a great achievement for us.
And what did the success mean in terms of Irish soccer and for this club, Bohemians?
Well, I think it brought it on an awful lot. It meant that the gap was closing. I felt anyway the gap was closing, and that for Irish soccer it gave the rest of the clubs a belief that we can do it. We're not just here to make up the numbers, and it's brought it on now throughout the years, and it shows now in Europe now. You know, I think Bohs are seeded this year, are close to being seeded. So I mean, it's come up that much since.
I felt afterwards that I thought we should have beaten by more. I thought we had a better side by a long way, and after Gino scored to go 3-2 up, they just seemed to give up. You know, I think that they were happy enough to take it over to Rangers at 3-2, you know. I thought we were a better side on the night by a mile and should have probably hit them for 4 or 5.
You lost the second leg 2-0 over there. How disappointing did you feel, having you just said there that you felt you could have won by more?
I was gutted, because I thought, you know, even like they could have beat us well, but for 6 minutes left, you know, to play into Milan, I think was when Liam Brady was with them in the next round, you know, it would have been something special, I think, you know.
And tell us who you were up against that night up front for Rangers, and how difficult were they to mark on the night?
Well, Ali McCoy's played up front here and over there. I can't remember who was playing with him up there at the time. I think Dave McPherson at one stage was up front. But I marked Ali McCoy on the night, both nights, you know. And then they made a couple of subs over there. They threw everything on and pushed 4 or 5 up front just to get a goal over there. So it was a bit back to the wall and marking anyone and everyone at the time, you know.
The game itself, I remember we went behind twice. Lucky enough to come back to 2-2, and then Gino got a super goal in the evening to win us the game. So I thought we deserved it, to be honest, over the 90 minutes. But Gino's goal now was the best of the whole evening. It was a beaut to win the game, and as I say, I thought we well deserved it.
And what do you remember of the 2 goals you scored to get Bohs back in the tie?
Don't know which was the first or the second, but certainly the second one, there was a bit of work. It was a back pass and I intercepted it, went around the keeper and put in my left foot. But the header was basically a horrible mistake by the goalkeeper. It's just, he palmed it out to me from a couple of yards out and just simple header in, to be honest.
And how confident did you feel going into the second leg that you could progress to the next leg?
We were fairly confident now. We really played well on the night and thought we had a great chance, and we really had. I mean, they weren't that much better than us, although the late on in the game now the fitness levels probably showed in that, but overall, you know, I thought we had a great chance the second leg, but which turned out to be the case, because it was, I think it was 7 or 8 minutes before the end, before they got the goals. So we were close, but
and it's 25 years on since that day, and the game has changed drastically since then. What's your opinion on the current situation at Bohemians?
It's fabulous. I wish I'd played then, or I wish I played now, because the way they're treated, professionalism and training every day, it's absolutely superb. It's great for the whole game. Delighted. I mean, I'd come up with my son and was up here on Friday watching Derry and Bohs, and it's great. Absolutely superb now. Really is.
What type of day was it like when you played?
It was nice evening, actually.
Oh.
It was a good evening for football, apart from when I remember looking around now, the atmosphere was a bit intimidating there with the crowd and the situation that was that evening. But it was a good evening for football, all right. I can remember the best part of the evening actually was, as I said there already, was an intimidating atmosphere, but it was an atmosphere I think that inspired us as well. I remember we conceded the 2 goals down that goal. I remember the first one, if memory serves me right, I think it was McPherson, big tall lad, centre half. He got a flick on at the near post there, and I think it was an OG. I think it could have gone off my own head into that. I remember Rocky scoring and then scoring again, and Rocky scoring again for the 2-2. I remember in the second half, Gino got on the ball. Gino Lawless got on the ball there and just unleashed a powerful effort and just flew in. And mainly we had all, I must say there was Rover supporters as far as I can remember there as well last night. The League of Ireland seemed to come together that night to support Bohs, but it was a great atmosphere from the Bohs supporters, a powerful atmosphere.
And how significant was that game in terms of your own career?
Well, if anything, it gave us a great belief that we underestimated ourselves, because we matched Rangers and it wasn't a bad Rangers team that particular evening. With a bit of luck we could have gone through that tie. The second leg over in Ibrox we certainly held our own. You'd expect Rangers, they had to come at us, and as I said, it was 6 minutes to go before they equalised, although we were on our last legs as such. But you need a bit of luck in any walk of life. If we had to get a bit of luck over there, I would have said we would have gone through, but sure, it's history now, as you say.
Pat, some of the players of the '84 Bohemian squad that beat Rangers 3-2 here in Dalymount are with us today. Can you tell us if you were in the stadium that night and what you can recall of the game?
Yeah, I can. I was at the game all right. I think from a football point of view, it was a fantastic win, and I remember listening to some of the game on the radio, Ibrox even in the second leg, and it looked like Bohs might actually knock them out, and unfortunately I think Rangers got 2 late goals.
And how do you feel that result, or that performance rather, what that did for Bohemians Football Club and Irish soccer?
I think at that time, I remember, there'd been some. I think that was the same year Rovers drew Linfield, which was very unusual for Rangers and Linfield to be in Dublin in the same year in 2 different competitions, obviously. But I remember, going to watch Dundalk in a couple of big games as well with Celtic and Liverpool and Tottenham, and Bohs with Dundee United and Aberdeen, and there seemed to be Pats when I played with Pats as well in the 80s. We drew Hearts. We seemed to get a lot of good draws at that time. But there were big teams in Europe. Dundee United had done really well, obviously, in Europe before, and Rangers were a big side, and so it was probably the done thing them days. We got decent draws in Europe where we don't seem to get too many decent ones these days. But it's a great occasion, obviously, to beat Glasgow Rangers in Dublin. It was a fantastic achievement for the club.